Hey, let me show you how to change the font size of the navigation on your Squarespace website. And I think we're going to change a few other things too. There's lots of tips and tricks in here. Let me share my browser. Now you're going to see this page loaded. When you first come into your Squarespace site, if you're new to the platform, you're going to want to go to Pages and then pick any page. It doesn't matter. If your home page probably loaded. I have this one open because I've been banging on it for a few minutes here prior to hitting record. So the link we're looking for, and you may be tempted to hit the edit button, that's for editing the content of the website. To edit the styles, we want to find this paintbrush over on the right side. I'll click on that and you'll see the site styles are going to load here. And we're looking to edit font. So if I click that arrow, what we want to find here specifically, it does headings and paragraphs, buttons, miscellaneous, which is like quotes and things like that. What we want to do is hit Assign Styles. And now there's a lot of them, there's hundreds, but what we're looking for here is Site Navigation. It's the third one down as of this recording. And I'll hit that, and there's a few different ways to manage this. There is the style, which means if you have chosen a different font for your paragraph or your heading or your miscellaneous, then it will use that font and that style for this. So if I change to header, you see my navigation just changed from being bold to not being bold because I'm not using bold copy in my paragraphs. But I am using bold font weight for my headers, my headings. So that's why that changes to bold. And then there's a size. And you can use any of the sizes you've already established in your fonts settings. Paragraph 1, which is usually larger than a paragraph 2, which is what I've been using. You can also use any of your header styles, but look at that. That's going to get out of control pretty quickly because headers are usually very large copy. Just like you see this large blue heading at the top of this page and secondary headings down here. That's usually way too big for a nav bar. So I'm using set paragraph 2. You can use whatever you want. You can also customize either of these. There's a custom option. So if you want to use a third or separate font, or you want to pick a very specific weight, like say you wanted it to be all caps and you want it to have wide letter kerning or letter spacing, then we can just come in here and hit custom, and then you get all kinds of settings in here. So we can just tweak the size here from a sizing standpoint. I'm going to go back to header 2. But under header, sorry, I'm going to go back. Navigation, you're looking at custom font here. You can pick a different font. You can control the weight of that font. You can see I just changed it from 700 to 600. You can change the line height, which doesn't do a lot in the nav bar. And the letter spacing, so if you wanted it to be letter spaced, and like I mentioned, you wanted it all uppercase, and because that's a look you can do, then that's entirely possible here to manage that. Now, I'm going to change my back to H2. So hopefully this was helpful. This is how you change the font weight, font styles of your navigation. And there are a lot of settings in there, so I can appreciate that that is a bit of a challenge. Now, if you wanted to change the color, that's probably a different video, but I would go back to Site Styles here and go to Colors, and that's going to be changed inside of each one of your color themes because you have a large number of color themes inside of your website. And in each one of these, like this, you can see I'm using light 1 for this. So I'll hit this pencil and then navigation links right here under your header. This could be the light blue. See what I'm saying? So that's a pretty easy way to change that. And if you're using a different header, like if I was using lightest 1, then under lightest 1, I can change that nav color too. And anytime I use that color theme for the top section of the website, that's going to affect the color of the website. So a little bit of a bonus tip there. So anyway, I hope that this was helpful. Like and subscribe, leave a comment. If you hit a blocker here while you're trying to tweak and change yours, then leave a comment and let me see what that looks like, and I'm happy to help you through that or create a video that shows you how to work through that instance of that blocker. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.